party, Job will go before God and begin to make seats for his children. God, I don't know if they have done something wrong in that party. It's me asking you for them. We're talking about children who have not yet known God. Because there is an age that is called the age of accountability, where you can answer for yourself. For every Thanksgiving, Papa knows that he has trained his children. Now he now said, this is what he does every Thanksgiving. Every Thanksgiving, you see him carrying the robes, many robes, according to the number of his grandchildren. And he was asked one day, all these robes, what are they for? He said, now train my children, let them go for their own Thanksgiving. I'm standing for my grandchildren. Because the battle doesn't end here. If you think that the only blessing you have is your children, your grandchildren will bring trouble to that name you have given them. If you're blessing them, you should go into generations. God, my children, they should carry that blessing I carry. The Bible said, and Job will go there. He will continue to pray. He will continue to pray. God in case, God in case, God in case, God in case, God in case. How many parents have time to pray for their children? No, they are so tired by what they see. And when they come back from work, they are so exhausted. Because the enemy has found the system that we get so exhausted that we don't have time for God. The mothers will even come to church, they will be sleeping. Their children will say, mom is sleeping. She for me, she for me. They'll call the ladies. Because we don't even know that these children live by the examples we set. You that is the mother, you that is the father, what example are you showing? What example are you showing? You think your children, they don't know? Do you know, let me tell you something about these children. Both teenagers and young ones, they know details about you. It's the same spirit inside of you that is inside of them. Please don't be mistaken. Now let me give you an example. With this, one day, my father said we should leave the room that before I got married, that he wants to keep something. I knew it was mine. I said to him, I am a younger brother, we have the same spirit. I said to him, this thing you're hiding, you know where it is. No matter where you hide it, we know it was there. I said, did you forget it's your spirit that is still inside of us? We'll find it. Wherever you hide it, we'll find it. He was just looking at us. I said, yes, wherever you hide it, we will find it. You don't need to tell us the location. We will find it. It's still your spirit that we're using. We were not formed by water. We were formed by your spirit. And the one from our mother, the blood of our mother, that's how we were made. That is how we have your DNA. Hide it, we will find it. Meaning whatever you're doing, we are copying. One day I was talking with my mom one day, and I looked at her. I said, you know, if you're talking to me, now I was in university, I said, Mom, if you're talking, don't be harassing me, just be calming down when you're talking to me. She was looking at me and said, no, don't be harassing me, just be calming down. You say, no, I told her because you know, I'm exactly like you. She was looking at me, for what? Pizza. I said, I'm exactly like you. Exactly like you. You made her cool. They watch you. Now a boy, I said this thing here one day. There was a counseling section where a father was brought. A son was brought because the father reported the child to the pastor. And when the child came up, what was the issue? They told the boy that your father said you're a very, very useless son, you're going around going after women and everything. And he said to Pastor, I know I'm useless, but I'm the son of a useless father. And the pastor was looking at him somehow. How? He said, do you know, I am my father. You are chasing one woman. Do you know there are people who are hearing the sound of my voice, who have done threesome with their daughter? Who have gone into sex with their daughter and somebody? There are women who are listening to me who will still go for a group or tomorrow and they will sleep with their son-in-law. And you want those girls to grow up in the fear of God. No, they are copying your lifestyle. Who are the fathers of all these people misbehaving? Who are their fathers? Who are their mothers? Now there is something the Bible said in one. If you read verse, I think 1 to 11. The Bible said, the mother of Solomon called him and said, my son, I need to give you advice. Please listen to this advice. And he said, the saying of the King Lemon contained this message which his mother taught him. O son of my womb, the son of my vows, do not waste your strength on women, on those who ruin kings. Where did this woman get this advice? From her husband. Do not waste your strength on women, that which kills king. You know the story. How David, the father of Solomon, went and looked at Bathsheba. She's the one giving the advice because she knew how she was gotten. Do not waste your strength on that which kills things. She knows what happened. What happened to the house of David after he committed that one sin. God says, be careful. He said, do not give your strength to women, that which ruins him. King David was ruined as a king because blood never left his house. He tried to cover it up. He didn't know you can't cover sin. No matter how you do it, you can't cover it unless you repent of it. Unless you repent of it. What are the values we are teaching to the children of these days? What are the values? What are the values? Our quiver should be filled with them. Our arrows should be sharpened so that in the day of battle, when we shoot this arrow, they can move into their destination. How are you handling the arrows in your hand, in your quiver? And how many of them are still there? And how many of them? How many of them are still left there? How many of them? How many of your children can you say you know where they are? That now you're listening to me online, or you are here, you know where your children are. When Pharaoh told Moses, go back, take the men and say, but leave your wives and your children. Leave them. Leave them. He came back and said, no, we are taking our wives and our children. All of us are going to serve God. There is great importance that is attached with you when you train your children to stand out tomorrow. To stand out tomorrow. We parents, we must get up. We must get up and choose the right path so that our children can take afterwards. Now, note this. Parents, once you drop your level of spirituality, you won't know when the enemy is listening. Note this. Whenever you drop your level of spirituality, the enemy will sleep in. And who is the enemy after? Your children. They are the next generation. You are in the past. This ones are the future. Mothers and fathers, get up. This Genz, their ears are correct. Do you know there are many women who have cursed their children? Do you know someone said it's easy for curses to walk faster than blessing? You bless your child and bless him. See, the child is still struggling. But once you say you are done, that child is done. You see a mother curse the child and you don't know. No, mommy, I don't mean it. Or it's just like, no. Those things you're saying, they are shaping their destiny and they'll become what you have said. You are the one that molded them in your womb. You have the power to change and to do. So whatever you say, whether you are joking, whether you are playing, will change and turn these children around for whatever they will see tomorrow. Whatever you have said, people have said and weaken their children's future. And when their children come before in the midst of their parents, they can't stand because of what their mother told them. Be careful early enough to know what your child will become. Every of your child, you should be able to know what they will be. And you should pray differently for them. How many of you parents, when your children come back, you come back to sit down and talk with them to know how their day was? When there is a missing arrow in the quiver, there is a problem. It calls for attention. How many children do you have that you are joking with? That one will miss you, be quiet. I mean miss spiritually. When they come back, do you come to ask them questions? Do you speak with them? Are they your friends? Some of them, they go back and even when you send them to boarding school, they begin to do things that if you hear it, you'll be shocked. Like I told you, I'm the one that likes to talk. I'm the outspoken one. I remember the one that I told my mom, I told you, I'm different. I know every time she wants to do counseling, she'll ask me to go. I called her one day and said her to her, Mommy, you see all these things you're telling them, I know them. She was looking at me and she said, Boy, tell me. You know, there are some certain things you cannot say before you talk. I knew all of them before I finished SSW. But I told her, I refuse to practice. But do I know them? I know them. So imagine me if I'm the outspoken one. They refuse to talk out. Me, I'm the one that talks out. Others will hold it in their mind. God save them. And she was looking at me. I told her a few, but I could tell freely. There was another of her sister that was coming close. I could come. I would tell her everything, but I couldn't say it to my mom. There are so many children that are like that. And you begin to finish the one that talks too much. No, that child, that's how God created that child. Allow that child to speak. From there, you know how to handle that child. But you see those ones who hardly talk. Everything they do is here. Everything they know is here. And the day they will do it, they start that day, and the end, it becomes finish to everything. And some of them, they may enter into relationships that will ruin them.